Hey everyone, Cody here. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd. I'm sitting in my car outside of work before I head in. So last night, a couple quick notes. First off, if you see a date in a video that doesn't match the upload date, it's because sometimes I just don't feel like working on them the day that I record them. So the date in the video is correct. I just don't always upload them the day that I shoot them. Second, last night I talked to my wife and I told her how I was feeling. I was feeling that God is withdrawn from me, and that I feel like He doesn't want to, answer. He doesn't want to deal with or help us through the issues that we're facing. I feel like He's withdrawn from me. And I've been trying to get closer to Him, and I just feel like He's not drawing near to me. Like, we've been praying about this stuff with the house and all these other things, and just not really getting a response. And I've just been so frustrated. Like, does He even care? Well, anyway, today my wife and I try to read our Bible every morning. And as mad as I was at God, I still feel like it's the right thing to do, to trust Him. So we were reading Proverbs. We're in Proverbs, and today's was Proverbs 25. Well, that was the first part of the reading, and it was 25:2, and it says that it is the glory of God to conceal a matter. And so, I guess it's just kind of a reminder that, like, you know what? He doesn't reveal stuff to us. And after talking with my wife last night, I think we honestly kind of came to the conclusion that, we as people, we always want answers fast, right? And I know that 2 months almost doesn't seem fast to us as people, but, to God, that's nothing. And so, the whole 2 months thing, it's like, okay, we expected an answer fast because they told us it would take less than a month, but really, I feel like maybe God is teaching us to be patient, to trust Him, to, trust not on the, that event happening, but to trust Him completely, and to be okay with either way. Like, if it doesn't go through, to trust that He'll take care of us some other way, or if it does go through, to trust that, He's in that process. He's just developing character in us. I think it's in Romans where it talks about, like, God uses stuff like that to build character, to build perseverance, and so I'm hoping that that's the case. So, I'm hoping we'll hear something today. If I do, I'll share that. If I don't, I'll share that. But I'm just praying that God would use this process to show us that we always want quick answers, and we always want things to be resolved right away, but that's just not how it is sometimes. And sometimes we need to learn that lesson of patience and perseverance. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If I hear anything, I'll let you guys know, and I'll just kind of let you know how the day went. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Hey everyone, Cody here, and I just got home from work. You can see it's the same shirt, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm all dirty. I did hear back about the the house, and they did say we're moving into the final, like the final part of it, like the final documentation. So that's actually the furthest we've gotten with the whole process. It's actually been like extended like 3 times, and so that's actually pretty good news. Now I want to be excited about it. To be 100% honest with you, I'm still kind of on the fence, because I feel like it's like until it's closed and everything's final, I just got that feeling that, like, okay, something's gonna happen and it's gonna be delayed, or it's gonna be extended, or it's not gonna go through or something. So I'm apprehensive. Like, I'm excited about the prospect of almost being done. I'm just apprehensive about it because it's been delayed so many times. So it's like, I'm kind of at the point where, like, we'll see when it's done. I feel like I'll be more excited when it's done, because
I talk about a lot about unresolved conflict, and that's one of them. Like that's just something that's been weighing on me for weeks, and it's like I'm just waiting for it to be done, whether it happens or not. And it sounds like it's going to. I just want it to be done. That's all. Um, Now, speaking about this, like religiously and of my faith and stuff, I feel like God is moving, and I feel totally guilty for how I felt yesterday as far as the things I said. I spoke with my wife last night, and she's very. I love that I can be honest with my wife, and I told her how I was feeling, and she was telling me that like the feelings that I had were valid. I think everybody kind of goes through that where they question whether God is actually cares about them and their situation. I think a lot of people face that, and there's people who are currently in or have been in greater situations than the one we're in. In fact, there's been times where we've been worse off, where we were months behind. We're a couple months behind on our rent, and we had to, we ended up pulling that through and not being evicted. But we've been in worse situations, but that doesn't make the situation that we're currently in any better. You know what I mean? So but she was, in talking with her, she was right. She was like, just saying that one, it was probably an attack of the enemy, Satan, like just getting in there and making me think that I don't, God doesn't care about it, but also that, maybe this was a test because like I said, I'd been hoping that this would be done a lot sooner, and because it wasn't done, I was just kind of frustrated about that. And I think part of it was just our own personal desire to have this done fast because we kind of live in this society where we want everything done right away, and if things aren't resolved, we get irritated. And I think this is especially bad in first world countries like America, where we do tend to get things done pretty fast. So I think I am a product of that mentality, whether I like to admit it or not. And so I have to be humble and apologize for that because I was putting that on God, like, God, why aren't you doing this in my timeline? But He doesn't work that way. And after talking to my wife, I think I realized that she was right. That maybe this was a lesson to be humble and patient about it. Like, God will take care of us either way, whether it goes through or not, or whether it was going to. And I think I needed to be reminded of that. And I wanted to share this video just in case anyone else is going through a situation like that where they feel like God is not moving and they haven't, I do hear from God sometimes, and not in a weird, crazy way, just like I'll feel His promptings, like where it's like a confident assurance. And I've used that phrase before because that's how I feel. Like when I know God is in something, I will know because I feel it, like a confident assurance. Like, and the Bible says that, God has a peace that transcends all understanding. I don't remember where it's at. I think it's in Romans, but I could be wrong. But if you look up that phrase, it should be in there. But it's a peace that transcends all understanding, and I think that's true. And I will get that when I know that God is working in something. I feel that confident assurance that it's otherworldly. Like where sometimes you feel confident in something, but then you're like, eh. But when I feel God's presence and I know He's in something, I will get that confident assurance, like, nah, it's gonna work out. Like there's no doubt, there's no questioning. That's just how I feel, and I haven't been feeling that. And so, because I haven't been feeling God's presence, I've been questioning whether God. I did question a little bit whether He just exists, but I think it was more so just like that He cares. I think deep down, I know that He exists. I've seen Him too many times. I've seen Him work in our lives and the lives of others, saving people's lives from drugs and pornography, or people who got out of prison and started going back into that same lifestyle. But we were able to pray with them and they got saved. Like I've seen God too many times to know He's not real. But I was thinking, and selfishly, that He didn't care about me and my situation. And the truth is like I think that God cares about pretty much everyone's situation. It's just whether or not we put that before Him and we trust that He's going to take care of that. And obviously, I know that there's a lot of people who are in worse positions and they end up, their situations don't get any better; they get worse. And I can't explain that. I can't speak for anyone but myself. So, if you're in that position, I apologize. I don't know what it is. that's causing that, or why that would work out that way. I'm not an expert. So anyway, coming back to this current situation and the point of this video, I just wanted to share that. If you were feeling that or have felt that, if you believe in God, just know that He does care about your situation. Again, I think He cares about everyone, but if you believe in Him and you're constantly reaching out and you know that He exists, then He probably does care about the situation. But the answer you receive, the timing of it, and the actual answer itself are not always going to be what you want or in the way that you expect. And I think sometimes we just have to be reminded of that. So I do believe that God is real. I do believe that He is working the situation. I think I had to learn a lesson of patience and humility out of it. And it sounds like it's moving in the direction that we had hoped, so that's great. And, it's ironic that I would kind of give that over this morning and say, okay, you know what? Whatever, I trust you. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And having talked to my amazing wife, it's like now we hear something that it's moving into the final stage. So very grateful for that. Again, I think I'll be excited per se once it's said and done, just because it's been delayed so many times. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'm sorry if it was a rant or whatever. Just wanted to share it in case anyone else was kind of going through that stuff. But that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys in another video. Take care, guys.